Ready?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boys with aLikeMindz.
What up?
Yeah.
We got a super
He said,
sweet.
Yo, hang on, let's talk about it. All right,
Yo,
who do we
You
got?
already know how it is.
yo, who did that? Who was it?
You already know.
Yeah,
But-
baby Yoda.
but-
That's what's up.
But
Tell-
we got a super fun show planned out for you guys. See, we got my boy Nate here. Been super excited to get him on the show with us. Everybody, y'all know Nate.
Hell yeah, we know Nate. What up, brother?
What's up, y'all?
What up, Nate?
So we'll just go ahead and just like lead into Nate. Obviously, aLikeMindz is all about networking and entrepreneurships, and my boy, he is certainly an entrepreneur. What do you do, Nate? Why are you an entrepreneur?
So this last year, I just started a painting business, running it on my own. Something I'm not new to, though. I've been doing the craft for quite a few years now, but recently branched off and, started to try to make the money myself instead of, giving it to everybody else.
Hell yeah.
You been making that money yourself then, or what?
Yeah, Drew been coming in and helping out when he can, whenever he's got a few hours to sneak away from the baby and the old lady. So, I pay cash and no one's mad about that. So
No, that works out good.
Staying busy, a lot of jobs coming up quick, or how's that going?
So it's been a pretty hard transition, really, because I was used to just reporting at 8 o'clock, and then going home at 4. And then I got the rest of the day to just me. I don't have to worry about what's going on tomorrow other than showing up at 8 o'clock, But
Right.
So nowadays, I actually got to plan those days out, and get them lined up, scheduled out, go meet the people, go see the job, send the estimate out, get confirmation. I mean, there's a whole process to it now that I'm starting to see. So I'm still, growing myself, I'm sure, with everyone else too. So.
Right.
And your last name is Painter?
Yeah, that's right. Born to paint, baby. Born to paint.
You were born to paint.
Yeah.
Anyone in your family a painter, or what? Is that what
No.
led you to become a painter? Like, what's the deal there?
Shoot. So really, I was just from job to job. I just recently got out of school. College really wasn't my thing. It wasn't working out. So just put my nose down, went to work, and I got lucky, really. Found a good general contractor. If you're not familiar with what a general contractor, a GC is, basically he's someone who just provides most of the capital, the cash flow, and gets the jobs. He doesn't really touch anything he does other than hire other contractors
Right.
to go do the jobs, and then he skims a little off the top or whatnot, So I found a good GC, and he started me off at $9 an hour, and I borrowed a hammer, went to work, and then it just transpired into this. So after many years. So it don't take much, I'll tell you that. I borrowed a hammer from probably from Drew, for real. He probably gave him I had some boots and he gave me a hammer, and then got lucky, and he owned some rentals, and he set me in there for a few dollars an hour just to start painting his rentals, and I liked it. It was, cash in hand, and then I got good at it, and after some time, after 6-7 years, I got really good at it, and then I started seeing where the money was, where the real money was at.
So Nate, how did you and Drew meet?
Shoot, what happened was I just moved on to his road, actually.
Oh, the road behind me.
Yeah, it was the
Block
same.
buddies. Yeah, my boy lived on Harvard. I lived on Lloyd, the college block. You know, we go way back. Shit, played some backyard football and stuff.
So
And,
how old did
love
were
those
y'all
days.
when you became neighborhood buddies?
Probably, I was probably 10. I don't know how old you were, Drew. Probably 13 or so.
You probably might have been a little bit younger than that, because when I was in like 7th grade, I was too cool for you guys. So
Yeah, really. Me and you didn't start chopping it up till we were.
you're probably like eight or something, and I was like 10 or 11.
Yeah, he was too. He was.
Like, I
way too-
can't hang out with those fools.
I was
Well,
hanging out
girls
with-
started being interested in 7th grade. I was like, man, I don't got time for backyard football, man. I just got football practice, you know, girlfriend.
Right.
Shit.
That's dope. So now you obviously got much better at painting. So how many painting projects you got to do a week to make that flow that makes you happy?
So, for myself, really, I look at my monthly expenses. I see what those are, and then I see what I gotta, do to cover that. My business expenses as well, and then everything else on top of that really is profit, because painting, there's not much overhead, other than paint for the project. And, I already have a bunch of ladders and all the tools I need. So all I really buy is paint, and, I don't have to have a bunch of machines and a big old truck and a trailer and do all that. I mean, I'll get into that, but just starting off, you just need to have some bare essentials and, some good elbow grease and get to work.
So do you order your paint, or like do you go through a certain company to buy your
Yeah.
paint? Or
Sherwin-Williams is nice. They got like a credit thing. You just pay monthly, but
nice.
I mean, I could pay every time I go in store, but I go there every day. It'd be kind of a pain in the butt. I'd rather just handle it at the end of the month and
Right.
Right.
chalk it up.
Me and Nate, you guys have been on a couple calls when we were painting the last week or so with me and Nate. How long we've been at the same project all those times? How long have you been on this job you're at?
Yeah, so for myself, usually, every job's different. If someone just wants like a couple rooms done, walls and ceilings, I'll get them done in a day or two, But if someone wants a whole house done, everything, a whole interior job, 1,500, 2,500 square foot, it's going to take about 2-3 weeks. So at that rate, that's when you want to start looking into getting a contract set up with your estimate and getting a deposit set up. That way you're not covering all of the expenses for a whole month, and then when I give my invoice, I usually put a net 15 or a net 30, which if you're not familiar, is the amount of time you have to pay the invoice. So it could be up to 2 months that you don't get paid if you don't set it up correctly, so you definitely have to have your system in place to where you're not gonna cover everyone's jobs for them,
So do you do only commercial and residential, or both? Like, so how's that work?
Well, myself, a lot of it, I've done zero advertising so far.
Okay.
I'm also just a one-man show. I'll bring Drew, a couple other buddies on from time to time when I need a hand. So I'm just keeping myself busy right now. But right now with summer coming up, which is busy time for painting season, because there's a whole nother aspect, exterior,
Right.
that you can get into. But exterior usually requires like a crew of guys to get a job done. And right now I just don't have that available, so I'm just kind of taking it slow. And when I do get a job like that, it usually takes me about 2 weeks, so.
Right.
I think you've touched a little bit of both, right? Like, obviously we've been in the house for I think like 10 days. You have been. I've only been there like 4 days, but then I remember we did that factory for the curtains and shit too. So you've been in commercial and residential.
Yeah, I've done it all. It's probably about 70-30. 70.
Okay.
Mentioned you got the busy season coming up this summer, but you don't have manpower.
Correct.
So what do we got to do to take the business to the next level? What do we got to do to prepare and because that's got to be like with all of our businesses, like even I know with the radon and whatnot, that's like the next step, which entrepreneur gets tougher and more risky because it's like, sure, we can hire people on, but then we got to make the money to pay them and then have the work sufficient to
A lot of
make the money to
responsibilities.
stay on
to
that
buy
net
supplies,
profit.
money to pay your employees, right?
So it's like,
Yeah.
looking at it, it's like, how can we game plan here? Like, what's it take to move that next step?
What I try to do is like compartmentalize that shit a little bit. You know, I want to break it off into 1, 2, 3 year plans.
Wait, yo, what the fuck did he just say? Penalize? Is that what you said?
Compartmentalize.
Okay.
We're gonna have to drop the definition of that word in the
Keep going. My fault.
You'll see that. You'll see.
What
the
do you want to
definition right here.
compartmentalize?
I think I stumbled a little bit, but it was compartmentalize.
No,
Yeah,
Nate's about
Carry
to
on.
explain the future steps of an entrepreneur growing from like a individual working laborer to like a hirer and a project
Enterprise
manager.
employer.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So that's pretty much what my general contractor wanted me to do. And you know, if I'm gonna do that, you're gonna want to do it for yourself because there's a lot of work out here. There's a lot of money to be made. I know that I didn't go to school. That was kind of my school of hard knocks. You got to learn the hard way a little bit, but you know, eventually you'll learn that you can do it. You know, there's a little risk involved, but the payout is, you know, significant. Trust me.
Okay, so you were saying you got like a 1 year or 2 year plan. What are we doing to make the next steps? What does that look like as just an entrepreneur in general?
Really, so all you have to do, it's funny. So first step you got to do is, I mean, you got to get an LLC. You got to get insurance.
Yeah.
Can you
Right.
explain that? Yeah.
So
What is an LLC?
an LLC is a limited liability corporation. So if you were to get sued for anything, say I'm spraying an exterior and there's cars in their parking, you know, and they're parked right in their driveway, and I get overspray on their cars. If I don't have insurance and I don't have an LLC set up, they could sue me for all of my personable assets, my house, my car, everything that I have. So you have to establish an LLC.
Separates you from your personal life to a business.
Yeah, and also to set up a business banking account, which is also huge.
It doesn't 100% protect you though, which gets confusing. But
Well, then what?
There's
What
like
do
a
you do for
loophole,
that?
or how does that work? What do you mean by that, Dylan?
so it's like I just figured like when I opened my LLC that like what he just said is like, oh man, like I could just take out credit lines and you know, rack up debt, and if I can't pay it off, so be it. I'll just open up a new business. But it's like, in order, when you first start an LLC, the bank's gonna run your personal credit, which it's attached to, because
Right.
the LLC still has your partnership ownership. So if you're the 100% owner, you're the one opening up a credit line under that LLC. So you're not like 100% free, but those are like some of the steps that I want to learn personally to
Like a
better
shield in
protect.
fighting. You know what I mean? Like someone
Yeah.
could still chop you in half, but at least you had something in front of you first.
Now, Nate, you already have an LLC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's set up. So when you set that up, you get an EIN number, which is your tax number. So you take that to the bank, you'll get a business account. Then that's when you're really in business. You can start putting, you know, money into your business. You can start using that money to grow, to put back into the business, you know, pay off my Sherwin-Williams bills, whatever. I want to go get this, I can go get that. If I need this, I go get that, you know. And it's way easier just to separate the two. That way it's not tied into my personal expenses and whatnot. But then to answer your question about growing though, really the next step would be to get onto like Indeed or whatnot and hire some young, or even just reach out on my social medias.
What is Indeed? Like an advertising site, basically?
It's a hiring site. You can set up a little, you know, profile, set out, you know, a page and an advertisement more or less for.
I think, Meyer, what might be a better way for him to do that?
No, Indeed's fine. Like if I'm looking for a job, I'd go on Indeed to look for a job, but like
Different way, I guess I should say.
For myself, I want to find some young guys that I can train. Because if you get guys that are already familiar with their craft and stuck in their ways, you're not going to teach an old dog new tricks, you know? So I kind of want to train and groom my guys the way that I want my jobs done, more or less.
Right.
So you were saying get on Indeed to hire people was what you're.
Yeah, hire. Yep.
Yeah.
Not basically to advertise your job, your company, but to hire employees.
My listing for a job.
you could do it on Craigslist,
way, right?
Yeah.
You could do it anywhere. I could do it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything.
Right.
So I mean, my personal just take off of going off what you just said there. So yeah, I think, you know, starting slow would be find one dude that you can trust that is a local to the area, someone who's not like looking to move away, someone who's looking to like just have constant work. So if you get someone in close with you working and doing a lot of projects with them, and then just like as you're training this dude to, or girl, whatever, whoever you hire, earn that trust with that one person and let them know that you want that person to be your manager for your company.
Well, great point, because that's what happened to me, man, is, you know, I got put on by a good guy and I reached a really good potential, and I brought it to him. I said that, you know, hey, I need a raise. I need to, and, you know, there's benefits. I get season tickets to the Browns games from him and stuff like that. But, you know, if you don't get paid right, you're not getting paid right, you know? So
Right.
I would like to pay my guys right. That way they treat me right, you know? So I learned from that firsthand. So if I bring someone on, and Drew is actually the one guy so far that has been there for me, you know, if I need to bang something out in a couple days, I can't do it on my own.
Drew.
You know?
You know, I like money.
Money talks, boys. Money talks.
Money talks.
I was just cracking up because it looks like my boy Driz might be sleeping over there. You with us, buddy?
I don't think so.
Hey, wake up.
Sometimes you just need to know when to let, you know, you gotta let people have the podium.
Well, at least sit up a little because I can't even see you back there.
I understand. I'll sit up for you.
Yeah,
We're all on the podium, Driz.
If I had to say one thing,
But we're not just gonna like speak over people.
Yeah, I like the way you're playing it. It's good.
What were you saying, Nate?
if I had to get into one thing, just to end the entrepreneur little topic, I would basically say don't be afraid to take that leap, because you know, if you're going to be a gambling man, if you're going to put all your chips in on something, you might as well put it in on yourself, because you can control the outcome. You could put the work and the time and the dedication and all that in, and it's going to be beneficial. So
Right.
It's really not that hard to find a job. It's like, if you fail, what do you fall back on? Just having to find a job.
Right.
If I wanted to, I could get a job every single day if I wanted to.
I don't know who the fuck said it. It
Too
was Michael
easy.
Jordan or Kobe or something, but they said it's 100% of the shots you don't take. So I'm ready to shoot all day.
I think it was Wayne Gretzky.
You
You
guys-
miss it.
Was it Wayne Gretzky?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Somebody
I like
fucking
that
said
quote.
that
I've heard
shit.
that
Was a
before.
goat.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing it on Colton Kramer's wall in his basement.
Yeah.
Like a
Wayne
hockey.
Gretzky then. Scratch them motherfuckers that I said before. It was great Wayne. But I wanted to say one thing on the Nate's entrepreneurship topic and stuff. Basically, me and Nate's, he kept mentioning how I help him out with his business. Not his business, but I come and just help with the labor, really. But that relationship that me and Nate have is a personal level of where we're always doing that, whether he needs help with his painting or I need help with my radon, or we need help dragging a deer out of the woods. We're relying on each other. And if it has to do with money, we're constantly just always passing money back and forth to each other. And that's just one success story that I have with him. That's what all this aLikeMindz is gonna potentially be, is we're all gonna be helping each other get where they want to be, you know.
Yeah, now I know if I'm fucking looking for a job in the summer, I'm gonna drive to Ohio, hit up Nate and be like, dude, I know this motherfucker's busy, so I'm gonna go paint this summer.
Let's
you
go
know?
paint,
And
baby.
that's just
Come
another
stay.
connect, aLikeMindz, baby.
I'll put
Like,
you on.
exactly.
I'll put you on.
You heard it here first.
I'm a
If you need
laborer.
some work,
You can
Hey,
count on me
Nate.
if I'm working with you.
It's cash in hand, my friend. Cash in hand.
Hey, if I'm out that way visiting Dylan, coming out there, I'm coming through.
Yeah,
Akron.
make it
Shout
to
out.
Ohio. You only need like $100. Work for 3-4
I'll do
days.
it
get the
exactly.
rest.
Do a job, and then come meet up with you. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll bring
If
you
you get
guys
pla-
out.
If
I'll
you
come
get paid
with you.
vacation, Blake, that would be genius. You could just come.
Right?
I'll let you stay here in my house free. And Nate's got more rooms actually than I do, but I would let you stay at mine for free. I don't know about Nate, but that would be genius. You'd be on vacation, but come to make money. What?
Dude.
But I mentioned hunting for a reason, because I think that everybody gets the point that Nate's a badass entrepreneur and stuff. And I hope we have Nate back more with some updates on how he's been with his success, but we'll just kind of slide the conversation on a little bit further, but because me and Nate not only slay it on the work side, but we slay deer all the time. That's something that's super dope that we do. Not only I was kind of trying to pass this over to Blake because I know him and Nate have a similar interest with the outdoors and stuff. So why don't you go ahead, Blake?
So yeah, I was just wanting to know like more like what you guys hunt. Do you guys just only hunt deer, or is it like all different type of seasons? You guys go like pheasant hunting, turkey hunting? How's that? Like, what do you guys do?
Go ahead, Nate.
Drew, honestly, we only go deer hunting, me and Drew personally. Sometimes we've been deer hunting and seen turkeys. Sometimes we want turkey hunting and seen deer, so it's back and forth. It's not nearly always successful. It's a pain in the butt, honestly, to be completely honest with you. I hate waking up early and I hate the cold, but that's every part of it. But there's something about
I got a funny ass story. All right, I'll tell you real quick about Nate and his hunting. So I take Nate. This is like his first year hunting. And I'm like, all right, dude, I'm gonna take you to the badass spot up in Pennsylvania. We're in the Allegheny National Forest. My grandpa has a little cabin with a little property up there. And I'm like, all right, Nate, get in this tree stand down here. And I set it up, fed it good, camera. There's deer all over where we're gonna be hunting. So I put Nate in this stand. Sure as shit, here comes a nice shooter buck. I'm sitting across the yard. I hear, I'm like, yeah, he got one. We're fucking getting down in the dark and shit, looking for a deer, nothing. Nate's all like, man, I don't like hunting anymore. Talking in the cabin. He's like, hunting's fucking stupid. I'm like, nah, man, shut up. So anyway, we go to sleep next day. I'm going to hunt. Nate's like, no, I hate hunting. I'm just yelling, hunting time through the whole thing. So Nate's like, I'm not going hunting. So before I slam the door, I'm like, you better be in your stand in 10 minutes or I'm gonna shoot you if you try to get in your stand after it's daylight. This dude comes flying out this door into his stand, right? Sure as shit. Daylight comes like 15 minutes later. Nate shoots again. I'm like, all right, man, this has got to be it, right? Down, go. I saw the deer he shot. I watched that deer. I let it go over to him. And we find blood. We're tracking this deer. We find more blood. Nate's getting all jumpy. He's like, yeah. And let me remind you, we're in the middle of the Allegheny National Forest, miles and miles deep into the freaking wilderness, right? So we find a lot of blood after a while. And Nate's like, yo, there's a guy standing over there. And I'm like, freaking the fuck out. Like, what? I'm like trying to shoot. There's a mountain man? Is he eating our deer? What do you mean there's a guy? You know? Dude, sure shit, there's a fucking old guy.
70 years old.
70-year-old old guy, like 2.5 miles down a mountain in the middle, down at the bottom of a mountain, bro. Only way in is the only way. And this guy's fucking standing over Nate's deer. We tracked right up to this guy in the deer. And he's like, yeah, I shot this buck here about 4 times.
No, the fuck he didn't.
So, dude, this dude, he has these broken bolts with blood all over him. He shot Nate's buck that was gushing blood out of it freaking 3-4 more times and tagged the deer right before we pulled up on him. And the old guy was like, oh, I would have let you keep it, but I already filled out my tag. So,
oh my god,
his first deer kill got tagged by an old guy that took it.
You didn't
Oh,
just shoot the
man.
old guy?
Yeah. All right. Edit that part out. No, I'm joking. But you should have shot the old guy.
I thought about
Hey,
it.
why don't you share your feelings with how that was?
So that was going to be my first buck. And then the old guy was like, this is going to be my last buck. And I was contemplating it, you know, and I was like, I could shoot you.
We're in the national forest. No one's gonna find you.
No one's going to know.
It's gonna be a long time, but
I got a conscience on me, so I couldn't do that.
good for you, Nate.
Yeah. So
We
so
let him
is it
go that
only
day.
is it only bow hunting, or is it, do you guys rifle hunt as well, or?
We're limited, you know, we're limited to like a gun week here. We mainly would do crossbow hunting, bow hunting, but we get
What'd you shoot that deer with?
a couple weekends that you can go out and try shooting a shotgun. You're limited on some rifles here, but if you go to a couple other states, then you can use some more.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of how it is around here. Yeah, like Iowa,
How's a
I don't think
crossbow,
you can
Driz?
use rifle, but in like South Dakota, I think you can use scoped rifles up there. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we can only use straight walls here. You can't use any.
Or like muzzle loaders or something, right?
In
You know.
Ohio, the weapons you can hunt with are you can use a shotgun, a pistol, a rifle, but with the rifles, it has to be a pistol cartridge round. It can't be a rifled round.
Yep.
The rifle I have is a 450 Bushmaster. I also have shotgun 20 gauge. Nate, what do you got? A 12 gauge, right?
12 gauge.
Yeah. You just shot
Have
your
you-
first. You just got your first deer with it this year, right?
Yeah, so luckily here in Ohio, we have gun shows, and you can just go right to this show. You pay about $5, and everyone's got a booth set up. You can even just buy from people in the parking lot with their trunks open, honestly, you know.
Great.
And it's cash, you know, there's no ID checking, there's no writing up anything, there's no history, no background check. It's, you know, you want this, you got that, you know. So one got a 12 gauge and then got lucky this year with it. So grateful for that.
Congratulations, man. Yeah, so honestly, I've never been deer hunting. I've never killed anything other than like birds with my BB gun. But I've been with my dad pheasant hunting, but I've never like been hunting. So yeah, I'd love to come out and hunt with you guys sometime. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, dude, you should. Ohio has one of the best deer hunting in the nation.
He's got some property too. We would love to have you out here, man.
Y'all
I love
ever thought
fishing.
of
Fishing's fun as fuck too. You guys fish? What about you, Dylan? Out there in the ocean, you should do some deep sea fishing out there, bud. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'll
you
get
don't set
into
no
it.
traps.
I got some people that
He likes sushi. Better
Right?
start getting that seafood.
yep, for sure. Definitely gonna be doing some of that.
Go
Crabbing.
shrimp fishing.
It's probably easier said than done. Just like go cast your fucking trap.
Yeah,
out
go
there.
buy a boat and
I actually just found like I can't remember what they're called. I think oysters.
Yeah.
But some person at the bar that was
Some Rocky
bar
Mountain
talking to
oysters?
us was like giving us away a spot where you just like walk out when it's low tide and you use your toes to dig in the sand and some spot where you feel something poke the bottom of your feet, and once you start feeling like multiple pokes, you fucking hit the oyster spot. So
Nice.
I mean, that sounds like something that'll be more fun to just check out when we got a group of friends who want to go out and do it. But I don't
Hey,
know.
Nate, do you guys do like morel mushroom hunting out there? Is it like
Yes.
that season?
yeah, we get lucky up here in the Northeast. April, a little bit of March, and a little bit of May. Prime time. We usually go down to Drew's property. We haven't done much of it. We got lucky a couple times, but you know, I'm not an
Good
expert
eating.
nowhere near it, but they're up here. You just gotta find them.
Right. Well, yeah, I always try to go down here with my dad, and I mean, we only find like one grocery bag full. Like I haven't hit the jackpot yet. I haven't found the sweet spot, but
No,
when we
Dude,
cook them, dude, we
You
cook
gotta
them.
come here.
you let me know.
Yeah.
Right?
You gotta come here, dude, and give my little property I was telling you guys about. It's my camp is on the bottom of two mountains.
Oh,
It's
nice.
real wet down there. Yeah.
And usually it's like on certain times it's like it grows on the left side of the mountain and then on the like north side of the mountain. You know what I mean? I can't remember exactly, but yeah, there's certain like times. But
I
yeah,
didn't know
I
that.
know they're delicious. I know that.
yeah. So you if you ever do get some, you clean them up. You do like an egg wash and take like Ritz crackers and crumble them up really fine, and then just fry them in some butter. Oh my god, it's so good.
God.
I think I'm gonna have to have you make these for me sometime, Blake, because you've talked about this a few times. So they better be like the best thing I've ever tried.
Dude, they're like now. Okay, so they're like when you eat a mushroom, you're like, oh god, it's like squishy and it's like not really like appetizing. I mean, some of them are, but yeah, these are like when they're fried up. My god, they're like a different flavor, man. So good.
Yeah, Nate cooked the ones that I ate, and it was like eating steak.
Right.
It literally was like cutting in and eating some fucking
Filet mignon.
yeah.
Isn't it unreal? Like once you cook them, it's just like it changes their whole like format. I don't know. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
It was super
Yeah,
delicious.
we're gonna have to definitely eat some mushrooms, I guess. Not the
Okay.
trippy kind. No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever floats your boat, man.
I was cutting up some chicken the other day, and this chicken like was cutting like butter. But it was the organic chicken. And I feel like I've cut some chicken where it was just like
Just
Yeah.
tough with all the steroids.
it was the
and
same
antibiotics.
fucking knife I was using. Too.
You
You
didn't
can't tell me that, but that chicken was
Yeah.
fucking the bomb though. I made some chicken Alfredo.
That sounds pretty good. I didn't even think of that. My boy Nate is Chef Boyardee over there for real. He Italian and stuff. He be whipping.
You
it.
cook?
We went over to the UFC fights. Oh, me and Brooke, my girl, we went to Nate's house and he had a couple other of our homies over, and I just delivered asparagus, peppers, onions, brats, burgers, and was like, here, handed it all to Nate. It was like, here you go.
Brats and burgers, man. That's just getting me stoked. I can't wait to be grilling out like every other night this summer.
You
You
know,
fucking bratwurst, just everything on it.
Them Johnsonvilles.
Oh my god.
Grilled some burgers tonight.
Ooh, delicious.
Burgers, delicious.
I had a super bad
Dude, with the
hangover
burgers, you gotta
Sunday.
try like I don't know if you like everything on your burgers, but try just onions and cheese one time, dude. It's so good. No mustard, no ketchup. Like, oh my god.
Oh yeah. No.
I was just gonna say that, dude. I had that. Yes, you just said is what I had yesterday. My hangover. Hella onions, just cheese on my burger, dog.
Yo, what you do is you chop up the onions, but you also chop up pickles really fine, like you would chop up onions. You put the onions and the pickles on top of the burger, and then you make sure you melt the cheese on top of the onions and the pickles. So it's like the
Ooh.
cheese keeps them on there instead of them falling off.
Right.
That's the
Driller hack
trick right there.
Hey, you
Yeah.
thought about that one.
That sounds good. Hey, Driz, thank you for bringing up chicken because
Right.
that was a good ass talk about food. I'm gonna have to go eat after this. So
Throw me on a brat, dude.
I'm fucking hungry now. But I mentioned the UFC fights. Obviously, me and Nate saw them. Then did anybody else get to watch them?
Oh man, yeah, those fights are insane.
Yeah.
That Cosmat fight, I honestly thought Burns was gonna take him, but he stuck in and just kept pushing forward, man. He just would get smacked in the face and just straight jab, just kept pushing forward. It's insane.
Yeah, dude. Nate, what do you think about that shit? How'd you feel?
I feel like it shouldn't have been a unanimous decision, but you know, it was definitely a really tight fight. I didn't think it was going to be a unanimous decision. I thought it was going to be at least split, or I thought Burns might have even pulled it out, had however you want to Kamzat not put so much pressure on in the third round, really.
Yeah, Burns, honestly, he cracked him a couple times, dazed him. I thought he had him, and I was like,
He wasn't
oh, here it
backing
is.
down. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was applying pressure for sure.
What's Burns' younger brother's name? Y'all watch him fight before?
Yeah, I don't know. If you say his name, I might know him, but yeah, I'm not for sure, honestly. Because
Gilbert Burns has a younger brother who's a stud fighter too.
Will you
Different weight class, I'm assuming.
share or go to the Discord videos? I have a little bit of footage of the Korean zombie getting his butt whooped.
Yeah, let's see that if you can pull that up.
Yeah.
The wobble zombie.
Wobble zombie.
The wobble zombie. I've never seen a stoppage like that before. That was kind of crazy.
Before the stoppage, right before the
Who is this fighting? The Korean zombie?
Yo, how do you say his name? The other guy?
I'm not gonna try.
Blake, you got it?
Coach K?
Volkanovski.
Volkanovski?
Yeah.
You guys got sound now?
Yep.
See where he's at, his eyes are already halfway shut. Now they're like swollen shut.
Oh my god.
This is before the stoppage.
It helps like watching this because I remember a little bit about it. This guy was just like not moving. You got to be able to like dodge a punch, and he's just like staying right on the line. It's like, I'm just gonna stay on the line and get punched in the face.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a car.
He's like, come on, bring it on, bring it on.
Oh, the wobble zombie. The one-eyed zombie. Kill him. Murder him! Damn, the doctor didn't really want to let him go. Murder! Is he from Russia?
All right. Little dodge there.
Yeah, they're throwing a little hand.
Okay.
If he gets knocked down again, I think it's safe to say Herb might jump.
Oh.
He called it!
Herb Dean!
Hey, I've seen Herb Dean live at one of my cousin Kyle Angerman's fights. Yeah, he was.
What do you guys think about?
Yeah, Herb Dean was down there at the King of the Cage.
What do you guys think about that stoppage? Wasn't that crazy? Have you guys ever seen that?
Yeah, for sure.
I've seen worse. I've seen worse.
Yeah,
they didn't call it. You know what I'm saying? It was just like rigged right there.
You think that was fair to the zombie to stop it?
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
most
The dude has brain damage, man.
But the
Right.
better in me, I'm saying like that was rigged.
He looked like the one-eyed zombie.
Wasn't that like a
He's got people
intern fight
saying
when
that
Max
is his
Holloway
new
was injured,
nickname.
or-
So it was fair to stop it.
Yeah.
Hey, if you seen those guys up close in person, you would have been dumb to not put all your money on fucking, I don't know, the guy that can't even turn around and wipe his own ass.
Like, you're saying you saw Herb Dean? He
Yeah, he
did
was-
one of Kyle's fights?
Yeah, he was down at Kyle's fights at King of the Cage. Yeah. Yep.
That's
Me and Ethan-
crazy.
Ethan and I saw him. Yep. And you
Is
know
that-
the guy with the big beard?
Yeah, the
the
big beard. That
the
guy's
long
fucking-
beard. He was down there. He coached or ref those as well.
Sweet.
Why would he be at King of the Cage?
Yeah, dude, he was so cool. I think honestly, I can't remember. It was me and Ethan. I think he like got super close. Like he said, like, "What's up?" to us. He was like literally like me to you. Like,
So he
across
was
the
there.
street,
He
dude.
wasn't refereeing.
No, he was refereeing.
He was
He was just,
refereeing.
like he was walking back like from the like cage to his room.
Wait, so he saw your beard and was just like,
We said, "What up, Herb?" Yeah, I mean,
No.
you know what I mean. We're not just gonna like not say what's up. We said,
oh no,
like,
we would have been
obviously.
shouting that for sure.
He's like, "Yo, that's Herb Dean, bro."
Or y'all were just drunk as hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure we were drunk. Yeah.
He thought it was. He's just
Yeah,
he plays
right.
it off too.
All right, now I gotta get Ethan on to fucking prove that I'm not lying.
Share a
Drew.
picture.
Drew, didn't you say you had somebody from your hometown that's like UFC fighter?
He's not quite in the UFC yet, but yeah, he's up and comer. He's out. He used to fight here in Ohio and couldn't get anybody to.
Shout him out.
Everybody he would sign up would go and look him up a little bit and then would pull out of the fight. So he had to move to Vegas, and that's where he fights now. He trains at Extreme Couture. That's where like Francis
Nice,
Ngannou trains at, and a bunch of other, Usman.
Who?
Jake Shields.
Usman.
His name's
Yeah,
Jake
Shields
Shields.
is his coach. He's his coach. He's one of his sparring coaches. And, yeah, Kobe Fair. That's his name. He's a 1-0 pro now out in Vegas. I word actually the other night that he's hoped to having his second pro fight be, I think it was May 28th off the top of my head, but May he was saying he's hoping to get his second pro fight going. And yeah, he's really on a fast track to the UFC. He's cornered people that fought UFC. I don't know if you guys know who Jessica I is. She was a female fighter that had a title shot 2 years ago, but he cornered her in the UFC a few times, and one other guy, I don't really remember his name, but yeah, he's. Hopefully, we can have him on our entrepreneurship part one time soon enough. It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
We'll have a fight show. We'll have him on before the fights, and you guys can get some predictions from him maybe or something.
That would be
Yeah,
tight.
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And he would
But,
lose his fighting license.
As long as he doesn't actually bet, he's allowed to pick winners. But shoot, man. Other exciting sports news that we had was March Madness wrapped up. In our previous episodes, we had a lot of bets going on with those and stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but I didn't see Kansas coming for the chip. I had Gonzaga, so my bracket was super busted.
I always keep Kansas and Duke in that category.
Let's talk about UNC blowing the lead, though.
Dude, that was
Yeah, right.
awful.
Great.
Talk about an 8. That was completely ridiculous.
What were they up? 18 or something?
It
I
was-
literally, I looked at the score and was like, yeah, North Carolina wins. I just turned it off. And then I like looked back in the chat and I was like, no way they came back. Like,
You're
They
better
came
off
back
just
real
playing straight up
quick.
basketball. Just throw it back and forth.
Yeah, within the first 5 minutes of that second half, they were back in it.
man.
Duke wouldn't have done that. Coach K wouldn't have let that happen.
Yeah. I feel it. Who is even UNC's coach? It was an interim coach, right? Roy Williams retired in the middle of the year or something.
No, it was his first full year. I don't know his name.
Oh, okay.
Hubert, I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, but it was kind of drawn up that Kansas, like they had that big thing where it's like Bill Self has decided it's time for Kansas to win again. He's sick of getting here and not finishing. So like before the game, I thought Kansas like was destined to win, but then after that comeback, it's all just a scam.
Nice.
I had a quick little question for you guys, if you got a hot second.
Yeah, go for it.
As a collective question, I don't care who really hops on it. Outside looking in, I'm curious about aLikeMindz myself. I know you guys probably don't have like a mission statement or something set up yet, but like going forward, what do you guys see? I like what you guys are doing so far and you're having on and everything that you guys are doing. But like going forward, do you want to keep having just entrepreneurs on? Do you want to get into other stuff? Do you want to, what's the vision?
Everything that brings us alike. So like initially we were thinking like, entrepreneurs is, something we all share. So if like we could bring entrepreneurs together, where if you wanted to grow your business, but we had a division of people who knew that corner to grow the aLikeMindz, or to grow that corner to give you knowledge or feedback, that's going to be a connection for you. Through our community of people we grow, but then also music is a big portion. I know I wanted to bring the jam sesh back on that got shut down, but music's a big corner, art, sports, gambling. If we, like, I know Driz was saying he's got a cousin who is always throwing parlays on every single bet, whatever. So it doesn't always have to be entrepreneurs. It's anyone that wants to grow and become a friend. There's a lot of people out there who like to do shit, but don't have a community or a network. And we're here to just bring people together in as many different corners. And we want to learn things. That's why we like entrepreneurs per se, just because they have their own perspective on how things work. So you can learn from them, but if there's people out there that we want to bring on who are just looking to just become part of, hey, how can I help? What can I do to be a part of this? We just want to use all of our feedback to see where it goes, So
Exactly.
there ain't no specific direction.
What you were just saying right there, even if it's somebody that's not an entrepreneur, they can become one by joining in on our community. Like he just said, I want to do something for you guys. Well, okay, you can run my social media accounts because it takes a lot of time out of my life to do 4 pages. You know what I mean? Because I not only have my personal Drew accounts, but our aLikeMindz accounts mean a lot to us as a group for success and stuff. So yeah, there's a job I just created you. Now you're an entrepreneur because you run the social media accounts. You know what I mean?
There's a whole network on like the gaming side that we haven't brought together. This is like still very young for us, where we're trying to figure it out. If you play a video game, go play video games and find more people that you like to play video games with, and then tell them about aLikeMindz and bring them on the Discord, so we can just like always have a party to play with, or we can get enough people where we can have that one-on-one tournament in Madden or Fortnite or 2-on-2 or whatever. So there's not just like specifics. We want to see it, how much we can branch.
We want to develop a community more or less, and
a network.
Huge, because if some person, me and Drew were even talking about, we want some stickers made. If you're, that's not nothing major. You can have a little press and make some stickers at home, and say someone could do that. But that's minor. There's lots of other things people
say somebody's got a guy on hand that can just do stickers. Oh
Well,
yeah.
Exactly.
it's not just stickers. It goes way beyond that. You know,
The
it goes
shirts or anything.
developing a website to, you know, setting up the LLC, or, you know, Myers he can find you some leads on some jobs and some follow-ups and whatnot. You know, like there's a lot of stuff
Exactly.
that to the table, and everyone can, you know, commingle and network together, and, you know, hopefully, you know, cooperate together, and like just, you know.
Also, I don't know how everyone else takes the understanding of the definition of entrepreneur, but mine is super broad. Like, I guess like some people probably hear that and just think of someone that owns a business, just like us. You know, obviously he's an entrepreneur by doing that, but like you just talked about video games, like a streamer, he's an entrepreneur also. He provides a product that produces income for him. You know, I have a couple of favorite streamers that I've developed, you know, friendships with over the years that I hope we can bring on here, and they're an entrepreneur. I have a buddy that I got tattooed, you know, a couple last week. He's an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? So it's not just someone that runs a business that is for painting or for radon, but it's for anyone that's trying to hustle and make some money. That's what I think is like an entrepreneur instead of working for somebody else. You know?
And when you say like are you just gonna bring on entrepreneurs?
No, and that's what I was gonna say real quick. Yeah, I was just gonna say that before everybody said. With the podcast, I feel like we can bring on anybody, and like that, bring a tattoo guy on and see how he runs his business, right? Or like, yeah, I just don't want just like entrepreneurs.
But I mean,
maybe we have like a firefighter or a cop or like whatever it is. We can have anybody on the podcast, I think. But like with the aLikeMindz, what you guys are saying, I agree. It's a network. But yeah, with the podcast, I feel like you could have anybody on.
it's just one of those things that brings us alike. And
That's
yeah.
what I like to hear. I like to hear that, honestly, as a
I think once you get on the show, that you just once you're on aLikeMindz, now you're an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Like, I just right now, the core of us are Blake. You're an entrepreneur. You're putting on a show to produce content that's gonna provide a service and a product. You know what I mean?
Right.
Driz is an entrepreneur by branding his clothing, and he's a photographer. And Dylan James is an entrepreneur. He's had his own websites doing such and such. You know, that's what it doesn't, just because you're not a business owner doesn't mean you're an entrepreneur, if you ask me.
I agree. I like the way you define that. Yeah, seriously though.
And I think that's huge, bringing everyone together to where there's that community, everyone feels comfortable, you know, networking together, reaching out, you know, trying to strive for success every day. Really, that's all it is.
And just friendship too. Like I said, like there's some people who are just alone in the world. And if they had someone they know they could like reach out to, like even if it's just playing a video game, if someone could just connect,
just being able to
and
talk,
have a friend to play a video game, that might prevent them from doing something negative in the world. If we can just start doing positive shit for each other and the thing, that's that wrinkle effect that just, you know, we make the world a better place.
Oh yeah.
If Drew don't have any beats here, or if you do have a beats, let's get into it. Otherwise, I wanted to do the segue into the game because of what Blake brought up.
Let's hear the game.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to say what I thought an entrepreneur was real quick.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
There's someone
For
that
sure.
gets it by any means, and however, like they can have fucking 10 different jobs, you know.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's like one's doing good over here, and then like it's just like all about juggling, just like trying to keep it all afloat. But I find like music's a passion of mine, you know. Has it been something that's like fucking maybe like, I don't know, you know, it feels like you're drowning making music sometimes, but at the same time, it's just like you can go and create whenever you want. So,
It's your man diary.
Yeah.
for real, yeah.
Right, like musicians are definitely entrepreneurs. You're producing, you know, I don't even know a rhythm to somebody to make them feel good about themselves. So that's worth that. And what you were saying too, if you're hustling and you're getting to where you shit it, why don't you just come over here and have a chat with us, because we want you on the like minds.
Exactly.
And that's something that we're gonna all come together, because it's like I don't see aLikeMindz being owned as like an individual. I see it being owned as a whole. So like everybody that joins aLikeMindz is gonna have a piece at moving it forward, where all of us, we're saying entrepreneurs, but like we're all gonna make this turn into a profit for all of us. And it doesn't have to just be a direct income flow. It can be that connect, because like y'all have heard the saying,
littlest steps can go the furthest way.
your network is your net worth. We can really make that come true.
Everybody's got their own 250, and if you
Not
can
what
just
you
tap
know,
into
it's who you
their-
know.
That's
You
right.
can just tap into their 250. Your 250 grows.
All right, boys. So I don't know how much of this is gonna make it on the cast after editing, but I want to go into this game because the more we do this and come together, y'all are becoming brothers. Blake said he wanted to maybe have a firefighter on the show, so that kind of leads me into the game. And the game I was thinking about doing is I want to figure out which one of you guys I would trust the most going into a fire with me to save someone's life and put out a fire. So
Okay.
Let's do this.
Hey.
seal up your helmets, boys.
Oh man.
We got a fire to go put out. So we're just gonna go around robin. You're gonna name one, and it just goes to the next person. You can name any tool, anything that you would find on the fire truck, and it's gonna be just a helicopter around. You just keep naming
I'll
it,
go first.
and if you can't name it, you're done. Process of elimination here.
Oh shit.
Start
All right,
off, Blake.
I'll start off. A defibrillator. You guys have one of those bad boys on there?
All trucks have AEDs.
Okay.
Nate,
I'm just gonna go with the hose.
the Halliburton. Is that what it's called?
Again,
Halligan. Driz, it's on you.
Is there a fire extinguisher?
Blake, is he out?
Who, me?
No, is Driz out? Is there a fire?
yeah, there's a fire extinguisher.
Blake,
Ladders.
Nate,
I'm gonna go with that with the wrench for the fire extinguisher. The
the
extinguisher.
fire hydrant.
The wrench, okay.
I'm going with rope.
Okay, nice.
Driz?
There's got to be some sort of like phone where you can like phone back to
Radio.
radio. I don't know. Is that?
What's your answer?
Comms, radio.
I feel like radio is the one.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna
is
say
that-
I'm gonna say oxygen tanks.
Okay.
Would that just count probably as all PPE equipment?
Oxygen? No, you have portable tanks on the truck.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the suit.
Fire coat.
I mean,
Yeah.
you should be wearing that, but
Your ACBA.
I mean, that kind of goes with tanks, but yeah, your SCBA packs are built into the seats that you put on, so we'll roll with it.
Okay. We're gonna use
We're slowing down after about 8, and there's like 400 things on the truck, so
first aid kit.
Driz.
And I feel like, man, on a fire truck.
We're playing the same game.
For the same year. I'm a goddamn fire truck, dude. I'll fucking be out, dude. I don't know any more goddamn
Blake.
things on that goddamn fire truck.
That pickaxe tool, right? Did we not say that?
Yeah, I did say that.
Nate,
A stretcher.
Stokes basket. Yep.
We got probably you probably got some clamps. Right? You got a bunch of different kinds of clamps on there. I know it.
All right, we'll
Clamp?
roll with it. Blake,
Do you guys rock the Jaws of Life on any of your trucks?
Man, Blake got eliminated. He said the same tool I already said one time.
what?
That was during one of the questionings earlier, not the
No,
round
I already
robin.
named off the Halliburton. Or
That was the part of the ladder, right?
that-
Am I out or what? I didn't think I was out. My bad.
I didn't hear you say Hal again.
Me?
No, Blake.
He said the axe thing.
Those are two separate tools.
Pickaxe and then the
Oh.
Halligan. Yeah, I didn't say that. But yeah,
And he even got like flathead axe.
right.
Yeah,
Oh, well, that makes sense.
I was gonna say
Halligan
another
was like
axe
the
after
3-in-1
that, but I
joint.
didn't. But
that's called the irons when you
But-
carry them together.
the irons. Okay, yeah. So yeah, the Jaws of Life, right? That fucking big tool that cuts cars out.
I mean, that's not typically on the fire truck. It's on our extrication truck, but it's. I mean, we'll roll with it because one of our trucks does carry the Jaws of Life.
We're in it, baby. We're feeling it.
Nate,
Shoot. You guys probably got some different like hose tips.
we'll roll with it.
Y'all got them poles. They got fucking pokers and hooks on the end.
We call them pike pulls, baby.
Pike
You know it,
Nice.
Blake.
Caution tape, like do not cross. Like you gotta cross.
You
the
know
C-notch.
it.
Let's go.
Nate,
Shovels.
you got it.
Damn, it's
True.
going down.
A knife.
We'll roll with it. Blake,
Power bag, like your drills and shit.
what are we, a fucking construction company?
You need to fix your tools.
Y'all gotta be able to take apart a fucking wall.
Right? I mean, come on. You tell me you don't have any power tools on that motherfucking
They
truck?
got drills on there.
I mean, we
Sort
have
of
power
drill.
tools at the station, but we don't really.
All right, I'll go out right there. I'll take
All
that
right.
as an out. Yeah.
It's on Nate.
Those high impact tools that you could break windows with. It's like a spring loaded tool.
We'll roll with it. Drew,
What? It's one of them things that puts out a fire.
Right.
water?
No, but let's see.
Oh, fuck.
Another tool that's on the fire truck. Tough at this point. You probably have a net to catch somebody that falls out of a building or something.
We'll roll with it.
Kind of like a blow up thing, like you guys have, like.
Something for suicide people, something. Y'all gotta save them people that are trying to fall off buildings and shit.
We don't really do it like that, but
Well, first you try to talk them down, but in the meantime, you gotta set something up. What's up, Nate?
Y'all got body bags on there?
body bags. That's for the ambulance.
I win.
All right. Before we end it, but can I say one before you cancel it?
Sure.
All right, I'm thinking maybe the most like one we're forgetting about is the firefighters, right? They come off the goddamn fire truck. That's the number
That's
one
true.
tool.
He said the 400 tools grabbing off. Are they part of that checklist?
Yeah. All right.
All right. Now
Fire
you got to do
session
your
is
judgment
over.
decision. You've gotten to see a round robin of our fire knowledge.
I'm supposed to decide who I'm going in the fire with.
Who you taking?
Well, I think Drew, you are out at the hydrant setting up the hydrant, so you're gonna be getting us water. I think it goes between Nate and Blake, who I'm going in there with.
Okay. Before you award it, let me ask your two champions you might crown. What do you need to check before you open the door to a live fire?
Back of the handle with your hand. To see if it's hot. If it's hot, there's fire in there.
No.
That's what I learned when I was in fucking elementary school.
No.
I would say if there's windows or other doors open, because then you'll create a draft.
A backdraft. Yes.
Nice. There you go.
That solves it. Is that right?
So what you check before you go in the front door?
Before you open any, you need to check for a backdraft scenarios, right? You can't just walk up to a building and smash windows out because you create a backdraft.
Correct. Ventilation. Ventilation is like fire science in its own. But if you're going in the front door, you're not gonna have some natural ventilation like a broken window stop you from going in the front door. But I'd say that the main thing you want to have is a charged hose line ready to freaking. And when you get in the door, the first thing you check is right behind the door, because that's where people pass out the most, is trying to escape, and they fucking knock down right when they get to the door.
If you watch people respond to fires, y'all don't just like hop out and go and kick the door in and shit. Y'all assess the problem, see if there's any like people hanging out windows. Y'all check and see.
It's called a 360.
Right. So,
but yeah, usually you have someone who's cutting a hole in the roof at the same time you open that front door. So when the fresh air goes in the front door, you got your toxic gases going up the roof. But I was going to ask a question about ventilation. It's like, if you have an upstairs door and your front door open, it's going to push that fresh air all the way through the house, making that oxygen push that fire. But all right, last question here. Decide who's going in a fire with me. Nate, Blake. We're about to go in the burning building. We got our charged hose line. They're called the attack lines, which is the first hoses you pull off the truck. The question here to decide who's going is what is the typical length of an attack hose you pull off the truck? Already pre-connected, ready to shoot water before he even hooks up the hydrant to the truck, because we're getting water straight from the truck.
50 feet.
200 feet.
My man Nate's going into the fire with me.
Nice.
200 or 250 feet.
How did I get eliminated from being able to go in the fire by saying going to get the water first when you can't enter the fire without the water?
You only brought 100 feet in line, boy.
What the fuck?
What?